Not too long ago, external hard drives had a reputation of being a little bit slow in terms of their read and write speeds. The WD My Passport SSD completely changes this. The WD Passport is available in 3 different configurations. It's due to storage capacity. 500 gigabytes can be found for around £110, whilst in the US it's around $90. There's also 1 terabyte variants and 2 terabyte variants, and the one on review is the 1 terabyte model. Now, if you're interested in purchasing it, the links in description below will take you to your localized Amazon store, and also down there you'll find a link to my Instagram. So if you do use that social media platform, I'd very much appreciate a follow. It's at TotallyDubbed. And if you're interested in all electric or hybrid news or reviews, do check out Totally EV. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Now, a quick look at to what you get inside the box. You've got the SSD itself with a USB Type-C port, and then you've got a USB Type-C to Type-C cable with a Type-C to Type-A adapter, so if you want to plug it into more legacy devices. This means that it's able to plug into, let's say, USB 2.0 or 3.0 ports, and indeed USB 3.1 as well. Now, this is important because if you do want to achieve the fastest read and write speeds, you're going to want to plug it in via USB 3.2 Gen 2 port, which I conveniently have at the back of my motherboard via USB Type-C. You also want to make sure that the cable that you're using is the appropriate one, so the one that's bundled in is indeed capable of those speeds. However, if you do have a third-party cable, this might hinder your overall read and write speeds. Now, in terms of design, the SSD is available in 3 different colors, and the biggest thing over here is how thin it is and also how lightweight it is, meaning that you can pop it in your pocket and forget about it, or indeed put it in a laptop bag, for example. Furthermore, if you're going to have this integrated next to, let's say, a games console or indeed your computer, you're not going to have to worry about it. Furthermore, the way that the light refracts off the top of the shell of the drive also gives it a kind of classy type of shell-ish look, which I quite like myself, and I think is definitely a progression over the Gen 1 variant that Western Digital had previously. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that this hasn't got any sort of water resistance as far as I am aware. It does have around 2 meters drop resistance, however, so you can drop it to a certain extent, and given it's an NVMe drive inside and therefore it's not using physical drives, it's not going to be that much of an issue when it comes to, kind of misusing it, or let's say bumping it around when it comes to travels. Now, the only thing I will say about its design, and specifically when it comes to using it for more prolonged usage, its relatively thin enclosure does get a little bit toasty. You can feel it. So even though I did a few tests with read and write speeds, I could feel the drive had heated up. And looking around on the internet, it seems like other customers had also noticed this sort of issue. So is it something you should be worried about? Not really. It's just that you should be mindful of the fact that it does get a little bit toasty, so don't place it on your lap when you're going to be using it intensely. Put it somewhere that's, it's going to be relatively cool. Now, truthfully, what it's really interesting is how good it performs. And this really blew me out the water, that the fact that a portable drive can get read-write speeds of over 1000 megabytes per second, which is pretty insane if you think about it. Now, if you remember before, I did mention that you're going to have to plug it into the right port. You can see on the picture over here that the read and write speeds are definitely impacted, almost, well, more than halved if you put it on a regular 3.0 interface, and this will pretty much be the same if you drop it to a 2.0 interface. So if you really want to get the most of it, you have to plug it into the right port. So make sure that your laptop or cable or PC has got the right sort of port variant in order for you to really maximize the speeds. Now, what I will say here is, in terms of performance, it is the fastest drive that uses a non-Thunderbolt interface. In other words, the Thunderbolt 3 interface has a larger bandwidth and can increase speeds past this amount. The thing is, over here, some people won't have Thunderbolt interfaces. So, for example, if you're not an Apple user, and in this respect, the WD My Storage SSD is by far the most compatible universal SSD and external drive that I've ever come across to match these sort of speeds. As a result, it gets my Best Buy award, which is the highest award I can award any product, and is one that I wouldn't really give out lightly unless I thought a product was absolutely phenomenal. And in this respect, the WD My Storage SSD is one that you should definitely buy if you're in the market for such a high performance drive, and if you've got the right ports in order to utilize those speeds. Now, if you've got any questions, ask me down in the comments below. And of course, if you do like this unbiased, unpaid, unsponsored review, give it a like, subscribe to see more, and of course, favor and share to always help the channel grow. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care, and bye-bye.